Hi everyone, and welcome to round 4 of the National Trophy, which is Cycling CX, which took place at Clanfield on Saturday the 7th and Sunday the 8th of December. Proper CX conditions, and for those that watch my videos, you might know that I'm not riding because I broke my rib about a week and a half ago in training. So John Wheeler was offered to, I asked him to carry the camera on his bike, and he managed to get it onto his bike so we could have a video of the race, which looked epic. I was in the pits all race, and a bit further forward is Richard Lewis, who I was pitting for, and yeah, it was a great vantage point from the pits, but it'll be great to see this from the camera view, because it was muddy, it was slippery, it was skiddy, it was running, it was technical, it was Clanfield in the mud. So I've not watched this video, so let's just see what happens. Everyone's getting ready. A good turnout in V40s, and really good to see lots of Wessex League riders from V40s who entered. So yes, there's loads, which is brilliant. We had Paul Lloyd, Adrian Lansley, Andy Gardner. Who else? Just looking down. James Alloway, Pete Boostred. Who else? I'm just looking at the list. Tim Dool, Nicholas Charlton Smith, Rich Warner, Jamie Plum, Rob Ditcham, Richard Lewis, Jorge Ribeiro, Manso. Nice to see you back. John Wheeler, Matt Smith. Paul Morris, Paddy Ashcroft, Miles Thomas, Aaron Barry. Wow, we had a lot. Matt Heathcote, Martin Richardson, good to see you back, Martin. Richard Tucker, Chris Castle, Ian Keary, Rob Ford, Tim Lawn. So cracking. The race looks like it's about to start, so let's see what happens. It's going to go straight forward and then turn left, and off we go. There's Miles Thomas on the right, the handling kit. I don't know who. There's Ian Keary in the Palm Velo kit. Hard, fast start, and so slippery. So let's see if everyone stays on. Well, it's going tight for that. Well done, John, for holding that line and straight up this climb, which was impossible to ride up later on. Well done. A few people have managed it. And look at that mud, slippy. Oh, there's Jamie Plum charging through there. Everyone's charging. He's going to jump on. No, Jamie's still running. There's Richard Tucker running. Okay, and then, whoa, look at that congestion. Jorge's running. Nice skills. Wow, and still running. Oh, this is up and down the well, you can see what it is. Tricky. That's Rob Ditcham, who loves the mud. And Tim Dill sneaked in there. Well, this is a running race. Brilliant. Yeah. Chris Day, you'd have loved this if you'd done it. And finally, everyone's back on the bike. There's Paddy Ashcroft on the left, sorry. And whoa, what a superb, chaotic start. No crashes, so didn't see one, so that's good to see. And yeah, I've said it before. John's, I think, very skillful. So there's Ian Keary going by. He's got some watts in him. Skillful. So I thought that this would suit John, but you know, it's a national field, so it's super tough. Yeah, this is so slippery. I saw loads of people come down here. I think in the under 16. Oh wow, 26 has got in there. And what a turn. He was 26. That was brilliant. I thought that he's going to lose it. It's a bit like the Spanish rider, I can't remember his name, who went in too deep, too fast, and then absolutely lost it, took out half the field. Exaggeration. But that was a superb. I'm going to have to find out who 26 is. That was brilliant. Who was that? 26. Richard Morgan from Barrow Central Wheelers. Superb move, mate. That was fantastic. Right. Past pit 1. V40s who are watching this race, you guys were lucky, because when I pitted for my son at in the under 14s, oh, nice skid there. I bet there's people running here. I wonder if John's running. Under 14s, it stopped raining for, you know, a good chunk of the afternoon. So the mud, as you can imagine, whoa, that was tricky. Oh, this is, I'll come back to this story, because we're in the ruts. This looked pretty horrendous watching this, and it got worse. And it's a shame there wasn't cameras on the later bikes, because it got much more slippery than this. Much more slippery than this. So, yeah, that was still very slippery, but it got next level slippery. And what happened to the mud is it got sticky, and I was jet washing 5 kilos of mud off my son's bike every half lap, and you can see that's not happening here. I mean, it is muddy, but it's not. So Hallgate's there. Who's that number? Let's see. Whoa, it's tight, and I think people are going to be getting off here, because trying to cycle up here will be really hard. Whoa, what's that? Are you still cycling, John? Well done. I mean, Hallgate's running, but getting the grip here. Wow, fantastic turn as well. Tim Dawes running, he's a very good runner, and it's so tight here. Yeah, definitely, John's definitely cycling here. And, you know, if you can ride as fast as running, then you ride. But if you're a good runner, then run if you can. But you've got to know when the moment is to switch. I personally miss that sometimes. Up the climb, and then we're going to come to the logs. I don't know if John does a front wheel lift, or he runs. It'd be hard to see. Lots of people here are doing front wheel lifts. John did as well. I'm rubbish at that. I've got to learn how to do that better, because I've got no choice here. Ian Keary goes by, taking the left line. Personally, I prefer the right line. I think you can go, it's less effort. And then this turn to the left, it's going to be a push up here. John hasn't got enough speed. Well done, just for getting over there. And the off camber takes you into the posts, so you've got to really go left hard. Slippy turn to the right, and then try and keep some momentum. Well done, John. Nice one. And then we lost a bit there. And then over this hump, slippery, and then the course is going to go down to the left. Oh, and he wiped the screen. Well done, John. Brilliant. Really better than me. And it's a tight turn to the left. Well done for diving in there. And then it's over the humps. He's gone very right, which is not the best sometimes. But it looks like he's doing alright. Fantastic. 45. 45 is always in there. Let's see who can find 45 is. 45. Jesse Bates, unattached. And that's Hallgate in Venter up ahead. And we're going to blast along the bottom of the course and up a bit, and then double back as you can see the riders coming back here. If there was ever a course for mud tyres and good pressure, this one is it. Really want good pressure and good grip. 42, looking strong. It's 42. David Straw from London Dynamo. Clanfield. And 39. Where's 39? 39. Paul Morris. No, Paul, you're a fair reader. Sorry, didn't know that. This is the climb up the steps. We'll soon get to the top, and John will jump on his bike, and we'll get. Oh, he's still running. Okay. Wow, is it that slippery? So he's good. In fact, yes, it was, because we saw people running this whole route. It just became too difficult. Something about Clanfield mud. I was having a chat about this earlier on today. About how almost like the Inuit people who have, I don't know, 50 different words for snow. I'm sure it's an exaggeration. But we need that for mud, don't we, in CX? Because there are so many different types of mud. Clanfield mud is so slippery when it gets wet. Back on. So that was a lung busting run. Well, a lot of people running along there. Let's see, John runs or cycles. If the wheel is just spinning, it is so demoralising. So obviously John's had good grip there. He's able to keep riding. Zigzag. Imagine the speed difference between this and the dry, and then the mud. Slowly snaking your way across. There's the pits. John said after the race, he said thanks to everyone who shouted out and encouraged him. It was much appreciated, and there was good support all across the track on this clean, windy and wet day. Really tough conditions for everybody and the organisers. Up this climb, which is really slippery, really needs to get your rear wheel provided with grip once you get the slippery. So up it goes. And I can tell you from having ridden that many times, when you get to the top there, your heart rate is pretty high. And then you're going down here towards the off-camber. This is great to see. So I've not seen this at all. Slippery, and I imagine most people are not riding that. My son probably rode it because he's very good skills at doing stuff like this. And then you want to be on your bike for this. Hopefully you were, John. Before he steps onto your bike. Oh, what happened there? Front wheel came up. That was weird. How did that happen? It's just like you did a Whitley down the track. Anyway, you tell me. And then along here for this awful climb, scramble up here, which I imagine got pretty slippy. Bike on your shoulder. Use those handholds and footholds. If you've got studs, great. If you don't, I hope you've got very good kind of aggressive grip, because it's tough. It's not as high a climb as it's been before, but then this is the next bit, which is the off-camber, which got worse and worse all day, and John is still carrying his bike here. Some people scooted down the lower line. You could scoot the middle line too, but it was very, very tricky to do. I mean, I've not tried it. I found it hard to ride that in the dry, let alone these conditions. Oh, someone's bottle just gone rolling down there. And when you get to the top, there is a climb, which will short little incline, and then John will be back on the flat near where we started. There he is. So that's, since the bottom of the climb, you're climbing, running, carrying a bike. This is heart rate. We just see a heart rate trace here because it's just up. And normally you could ride up this. That guy's riding. That's 50. I don't know if that's 50 or 58. If it's 50, it's John's Infinity. Let's go for 50. Oh, John's stop there, probably to dismount because he's getting no grip. And Paddy's going by. I think Paddy had a good race. I mean, it's just super hard to the quality of the field is always good in nationals, isn't it? So well done all. Today 50, that is John Finity CC. Nice part of the world. I bet it's cycled around Wishing Park a lot. Round the corner, and then along this bank. I think it was 2 years ago when it was even muddier. This bank was actually hard to cycle. It was so muddy, so slippery. It was very tricky. Today it was fine. It wasn't. John's got past. That chap, I forgot his name. Whoa, nice skills, Paddy. Leg out. It does feel better, doesn't it? This is the start of the straight. That tree on the left, which was just there, but it's not there anymore because it fell over in the evening. Because of the high winds. Sadly, the PCI races had to be cancelled, the juniors and the elites on Sunday, which was a very poor decision. But yeah, that tree falling down was a big part of that. John was
keep going.
Good,
Darren, no okay.
So, no pitting for John. This is one of the reasons why I asked him to have the cameras right, because you don't see combos like this, whereas you got work pitting, so you won't get to see some of it. It wouldn't have been possible, this definitely would not have been possible at later in the day. This was at 10:30 I think this race was, whereas when my son raced at 3:05, one bike was pretty much impossible. You would be carrying the bike, it wouldn't work because the bike was sticking. So, and John, you raced at the right time. Down this lovely descent. Around this corner, very slippy. What wasn't cancelled was the interregional races, which took place Thursday, Sunday. They took place on Sunday. We had, two races on Saturday. So the National Trophy race counted for the interregional riders, which were under 16 riders. Well, nice riding. Riding on tyres, and they're obviously working well. Yeah, so the interregionals were the trophy race for under 16s, 4 boys, 4 girls, and 4 boys, 4 girls, and this counted, and then there was another night race, circuit race, which took place in the evening, and then there was on the Sunday, after we had to rearrange the course to get out of the field where the trees were, just come to the lower field, there was a skills race, which was a bit like Kickstart. If you ever remember Kickstart, where they had lots of obstacles, you had 20 gates to get through, which were really tricky. I don't and that was really nice to see. 88 riders, and you could just tell when they're having they were just having fun, you know, all their mates together, you know, regions mixing, team managers, everyone in coaching, so it was really good fun. So we had that on Sunday, and the other race we had was using, God knows how the points works, but it was one of those ones where, it's like the, one of the Belgian series, not Super Prestige, the other one, X something, you end up with it's like a cumulative score, as if it's like a grand tour, cumulative time, and then all of the results were used to work out a staggered time start, and based on that, the intermediate teams, you know, so it was Yorkshire, I think, were the number one team at the start of the relay race, and then so on. There were staggered starts. That was how the intermediate race was run, and South won, which was fantastic because the lead changed so many times. I was just a marshal on the sidelines, and almost every lap there was a new leader. So yeah, it was very exciting. So I'm glad we managed to do that because you know, everyone's come from Scotland, from Yorkshire, from North East, North West, East Midlands, West Midlands, London. That's easier, but still, everyone's made a big commitment, and I think it went really well. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. Sad news, so really sad, but there you go. Can't control the animals. As the UCI in somewhere else got cancelled. Somewhere in Spain, as well. Anyway, John's running, going through the up and down bit with everyone who ran. Not seeing anybody like it. Just wasn't possible. Maybe it was possible in the first race of 2019. Well done to Helen Patterson for running her race, as well as being one of the key organisers. Joel got up with Morgay. I wonder if he did a handspring around that coastal. He certainly turned around sharply. I'm not much to do that. Many people have to do then round the corner, and is it going to be, he's going to try anything different, or is he going to just go for the run or jog? I think so. I think most people did that. The last race, the penultimate race of the day was the trophy series, was the female under 16, and I really felt, I was saying on the off camera where they are, where John is now, and my goodness, they were suffering because their bikes were heavy, they carried a lot of mud, and it was just a real slog there. So well done to the ladies there. So John is really well there. Okay. John for the, I reckon John is running up here because it's shortest route. I can't cycle that way, so it's not short run. It always takes a nice wide line. He's done well there. Good power. And there's the up and down. It's a long one, and just to give you a comparison, Paul Lloyd, who won, he was incredibly strong. That was 39.32, the 18 man, the 6, Lewis Craig with 40. Well, that was a close finish. That was probably a bit of a sprint finish between Adrian and Lewis. Andy Gardy.
Cheers, James!
Wow, Andy Gardy 40.02. So just on the podium, nearly a Western League podium that was. All so yeah, nice close racing. And John's managed to catch up to all day. That's what the nice thing about racing. And not just taking a better line. Jorge's back at him. This is a good race between the two. I'm going to go and look. Come on guys, kick it up. But I can make it back. So there has to be back. Oh, look at him. Takes the line. So that's what I like about CX is everyone's got their own strengths.
Go John! Come on, Rich!
Everyone's got their own strengths and weaknesses, where they're strong and where they're not. I guess it's only generally the top people are strong in every aspect. But most other ones, they have different strengths. They're better at running, better at cornering, better at the technical stuff, all that stuff. There's just a lot for that. just great to have that amount of variation in a race. So there's a lot of not like car racing or something like that where yes, run still matters. Pretty important to say about this one. The car really matters, whereas here, quite steep, especially the tyres, but there's so much down to the skill and the attributes of the rider, fitness, right here. Well done, John, up there nicely. Is that why you saw it? I think that's 26. For everyone who was there, I would be very unsurprised the number of people watching this are currently chugging through tons of muddy clothes. And for those into regional riders, did you have multiple sets of clothes? Did we have to have fitted clothes for each of the races? I don't know how you did that. And there was bike as well for the amazing. Right, so John from his third lap. Looking strong, John. Climbing up the good race. Felt from the race. Oh. Tom, adventure rider. Jamie had some fun today. His 27th well done, Jamie. And the sun was bright after heading on the 12th night race. Slippy. I would have ridden down there, 100%, because I just want to watch it. Last time it was really muddy. I rode down that slope. It was a bit longer as well, I think. And out of the four descents I made, I managed to stay upright in one of them. Yeah, had a look at that again today. Yeah, bike's on the shoulder. Third ascent of this wonderful climb. I once nearly fell down backwards when I stood up and almost gave a bounce backwards and just touched the road. Luckily I didn't. When I was watching the under 16 girls, Peggy Knox, who came in the league. I saw her come along and I thought, there's such a big gap to the next rider. Yeah, she the first lap she managed to put a really big gap on the field. Here we go, John's at the bottom here. What is he going to do? Is he going to do the same approach as he did last time and go run up the side, or is he going to do what Hallgate seems to do, go take a wide line, much longer, but he's able to ride. Really tough ball. Really was that quicker. He's definitely riding. He hasn't gone as wide as Hallgate, now he's coming across. I think he's going to be on
David Morris and Nick Drew, the latest of those to cross the line at the end of our fourth lap.
Thanks.
Well done to the Marshall, who were looking after everyone.
Well done for riding that.
And the coffee points. Is that all right? I know it is. It's okay. These two, honestly. We have some sort of pack for family pack or something. Oh, and another one. John, you are putting me to shame. To shame. I don't, it's my own camera and I forget so often to do anything. Nice remount. John, remount. These two locked in a personal battle of honour. Desperately trying to find, is it slightly less roll resistance on the grass or on the mud? That as well, John. I think the mud is faster. And Hallgate probably won't be below. I was late at Clanfield actually, and I was having a flash and I tend to come to the second half of the race and I was attacking him and as we go down
Thank you.
he shouted at me, leave me alone, which I thought was sometimes you get ahead of people and you want them to just disappear. Or something you just come back. So, I just want to get ahead, but there's so many different between them. It's so hard to actually get a gap, which is brilliant. You're locked. Push yourself to the limit and
Cheers.
And mixing it up, add the conditions, and something that is going to really challenge my drivers. I really wanted to see juniors and the elite riders ride this at full gas to see how they handle it. They probably won't be braking much, would they? And places like this where I then riding it really well, got a confidence there, great pull, and instead of ride up here, that's exactly how I like to ride it. First brake on the hill to slow you down, right, brake. Then you're higher up on the hill, you don't have to climb that bit because the momentum takes you up there. That's how I like to ride it, and I think it's really effective. Get a gap of people, riding this really nicely. Probably looking back on the zigzag to the right and saying, well, how close is Hallgate? Probably not that far at all. The yo-yo. So this is the last lap. It's the last lap. So I imagine John's gone full beats here. He's thinking, I just need to survive a little bit longer. Over the log, over the second log, and he's taking the low line, which I think is better, a bit faster, real slow. Sharp turn, but still with enough pace to come to the grass. Just popped out there, but yeah, maybe a couple of seconds. Got one to talk to, right behind. Good momentum, hasn't lost any there. Oh, what's happened there? Oh no. And there goes Hallgate from 3. Oh no, that's the other guy. He put it. Right, this is what. Oh, there goes Rory. Oh, here. I've got a good gap. He's lost. What's that? 10, 15 seconds at least. And what has happened was his chain came off and it probably absolutely clogged with all the mud. This is the challenge of one biking it, is you've got to deal with this sometimes. What a shame. So he's probably just got his gloves or hands covered in mud. He's lost 20 seconds and 2 places. So what a shame. What a shame. This is the kind of CX. So John finished 33rd and Hallgate and Richard passed him there. So yeah, so he could have finished 31st, just behind Richard Lewis, who I was finished 30th. Still great result, John. Superb. Let's just see the end of it. Probably know what the chain was. I wonder what happened. Did the chain come off and get absolutely clogged? Sometime. Yeah, he was definitely on the fast lap on that. And finished the match best turning that corner at the bottom is actually quite hard. Sometimes I run from the corner because I just couldn't turn. Wow, John, really put it to shame. A double clean while you're running. Put the bike and the camera on your bike, don't mind. Remount. Oh, no, it's not remounting. It's running. That some of the front runners kind of riding it and handling it, but there didn't seem to be anything in it. I couldn't say it was faster. But yeah, there's Jorge. John's probably going, oh, I was 10 seconds ahead of you, and now I am at least 10 seconds behind, probably a bit longer. Look at the ground, it is getting really cut up, so it's actually quite hard to ride it. Riding my tires on work as well.
Chain came off back there.
I think he downplays his ability sometimes. Well, the next season goal. Anyway, I'm rambling. Up the climb. I'm on my way to the pits now. So I was probably still pushing it, thinking you never know, someone might come off, have a bit of a mishap, and I might catch up. Yeah. I've ridden that down there. Down there. I'm just hoping that and maybe that wasn't the way on the bike and then down without crashing. John hasn't crashed at all. Amazing. Consistency. That's what you want. Yes. Final play up here. Sometimes when you're at the bottom of the hole, you see somebody ahead of you. I think they're only a few paces away. They're only halfway up the hill. It takes so long to get up. It's really hard to catch up. Trying to catch up on the hill takes immense cardiovascular effort to do it. And when you're on the limit after a few laps of this, it's you've got to be really good runner. You need to be a fell runner. And I imagine, well, actually, as I said before, V40s, you were lucky to race at this time. John had raced at this time. His bike would be 6 or 7 kilos heavier than the bike that would be on it. But mainly most of it was coming off because it was still wet. That's definitely my favourite one. Look, there's Jorge. Oh, he's not that far ahead, but he doesn't look it. And John, caught up that sort of gap before, but now it's just the pain of
This is Mustang Racing's very own Rob Dixon. Well done, Rob. All the way in on that lovely golden black nicely.
Lovely.
Yeah, well done.
It's only a short turn here. One bend behind, 1.5. It's the Nationals, so everyone bit. Of course, no doubt, burning everything it's got, trying to keep the pace going. And then turn right, and then hit the right, and then left, and then please crash, back. Whoa, it's going fast down there, braking hard. Braking hard here. Oh, it's not far off. There he is. And the gap was, just across the line now, it was 14 seconds. Well done, John. Well done, everyone who raced today. There's the checker flag. Spanish National Trophy.
Thank you.
Cycling, that was Alan.
Keep holding down, mate. You're out now, okay?
Cheers.
There's Richard Lewis on the left there. There's Richard
Cheers.
a lot of pain.
That was good fun.
That's me.
Well done, mate. That went well.
That was good fun just the last lap. The chain came off.
Oh,
And I couldn't get it back on because of all the things broke.
oh, mate.
I lost like definitely 2 places. Probably.
You were ahead of Hallgate, weren't you? You were ahead of Hallgate, and
Good
then
fun, that. It was enjoyable. I was looking forward to it. Yeah, I was felt strong as well.
yeah, you look good. It's good.
Usually there's places where I think people are just going past you, not coming back. Today, yeah, the running was the worst. That's what
I'll just say there's another nice little step. That's why we do it late running.
yeah,
Well, actually, I hate running, right? I'm not that bad at it. I was last week. I just like, it's actually no excuse, but if we're in the same category, the older you get, the harder it is to recover.
It's got to be, yeah.
What I've been finding is, even if I don't train
10
during
years
the
is
week,
quite a lot as well. If you've got like even 5 years,
if I don't train during the week, that makes less of an effect on me than if I can't stay healthy.
See everyone.
yeah.
Like during the week.
Enjoy the video. See you another time. Cheers. Bye.